So it actually doesn't look like it's attacking me much either. It looks like it's hovering around. Oh, there we go. Never mind. I lied. You know what? Somebody needs to fight someone. I'm getting a little impatient here. What's up, everybody? I'm IGP, and welcome back to Subnautica. Today, we're back with the Ghost Leviathan. It's been updated, it's got new animations, and I believe it's at its full size, or at least it's bigger than what it was before. We had mentioned how small it looked, but now, my boy's getting big. There's also a precursor cache in the works in the Ghost Forest, which I'll show you guys a little bit later. But right now, we gotta check out my boy. Wow, look at this guy. Oh, the animation is so smooth. He just blinked out. It was impressive when I first saw it, but now it's... I don't even know how much big. Twice as big, I'd say. It's about twice as big. But look at that. The fluid movement. That's actually what really ruins some of the early versions of creatures. Like, yes, when we play experimental, we get to spawn some of these creatures pretty early. But one of the biggest problems is they're not done, and the animations are one of the last things usually to come. They just look stiff, but this guy looks legitimate. This is... oh god! Dude, Jesus Christ, I'm creative! But I do love how his tail, it gradient transparents out. You see that? Because there's nothing filling the inside, so it just looks empty. I'm actually pretty surprised it's not already spawning in here. It looks pretty complete. I think the sounds are still coming out, but they're ultra quiet. These things need to be echoing around here. I feel like we need to know its presence. Besides its, you know, massive... Jeez, that looks so creepy. Oh, God. I think its attack sound is the same as the spine eel, or the river prowler, excuse me. All of these names have been changed so much, I have no idea. In fact, the Ghost Leviathan, I believe, was originally known as the Phantom Leviathan, which I think sounds a lot cooler, but Ghost is a little bit more appealing. I get it. That is crazy. So we gotta compare the sizes. Let's go ahead and pause it. All right, there we go. Big boy dragon is spawned. Wow, look at that. That's not even it's bigger. Are you kidding me? It's bigger than the sea dragon. See, we were comparing the smaller version of it to the Reaper, and it was, well, the Reaper was a little bit bigger, but this guy towers over that. That's incredible. I mean, then again, both the sea dragon and the Emperor are, their mass to me is mainly focused around their torso and up. Like, everything above their tentacles, because the tentacles are like, yeah, it's still part of it and it makes it look bigger, but in reality, it's just like, they're just like extra appendages. For some reason, I guess in my mind, that doesn't click as mass. Or, I mean, it is mass, but it's not like massive mass. Does that make any sense? Probably not. So for me, when I see the Phantom, it's kind of like its entire body is part of it. You know what I mean? That's why anacondas are so freaky. It's because they're freaking huge. And that's why giant squids are very large, but if you really break it down, most of the length or the size of the giant squid is going to be its tentacles and extra appendages falling out underneath its ass, you know? Or actually, I don't even know if that's the appropriate body part. I don't know the anatomy of giant squids. Anyway, so yeah, comparable size. I'm actually very curious, will they fight each other? Do I need to be in survival for that? No, but let's just put the speed up and see if they fight. Let's go. What do you got? This is actually a pretty awesome battlefield. I don't think they're gonna fight. If anything, I'm gonna put on no damage and then change it to freedom. So now, yeah, he's going to attack me, which is understandable. This guy is dipping himself in the brine. Dude, fight the ghost. Fight the Phantom. Oh, this is actually perfect. Hold on. Stop attacking, turn around at the right spot. Dang it. It was right there. This was like, just like the concept art. It was a perfect lineup and I missed it. Are you guys gonna fight? Do you guys even fight? So it actually doesn't look like it's attacking me much either. It looks like it's hovering around. Oh, there we go. Never mind. I lied. Okay, so the Ghost Leviathan and... You know what? Let's go. Somebody needs to fight someone. I'm getting a little impatient here. Alright, so they're not gonna fight. I've determined that they're not gonna fight each other, which sucks. I'm sure all of you were in the hopes for it. You know, I worked up to this moment only to disappoint you, and I'm so sorry. Let's clean this mess up. Ha, there we go. So I spawned a Reaper in, because we know it's insignificant at this point in comparison to the size and the mass of the Ghost Leviathan. Now, some people would say, you know, the length doesn't matter, right? It's all about the mass, which is kind of along the lines of what I said before. You know, the sea dragon isn't as big as you think it is when you take out its tentacles. Even the Emperor is not, I mean, the Emperor is massive. You can't touch, we're not talking about the Emperor. We're talking about regular, normal creatures. you know, only the one seen in nightmares. But if you really want a comparison, here we go. So, here's the Reaper. This is the Reaper, and that is the Ghost Leviathan. There's basically no comparison. It's so minuscule. Do you guys remember when the Reaper was the scariest creature in Subnautica? Was the most threatening? I mean, I kind of still feel like it is because just like the Sea Dragon, you know, it can attack the player, it can also attack the Cyclops and the Sea Moth and do something special to the Sea Moth. Actually, it can do it to the exosuit too, I think. It could just pick it up and throw it around. And I mean, I guess even now, the Reaper is still more of a threat because you're more likely to run into a Reaper than you are a Sea Dragon, considering it's only going to be spawning in the lower depths of the world. This guy can spawn on the surface. He can chase you into the safe shallows. That's how threatening he is. But I guess when we're talking about being threatened by size, I'd say the Ghost Leviathan takes the cake over all of them. First of all, it's snake-like, which is always the creepiest thing. You guys remember when the crab snakes came out? Yeah, that was like the worst. And also, it's a phantom. Like, its biology is kind of misunderstood. It's a deep-sea creature. It has bioluminescence. It's translucent. There's a lot of creatures in the deep sea that we know about that are just like this, but something on this size? That's nuts. Also, if you guys want to hear the SoundCloud version of the Ghost Leviathan, which I should have showed you last time because it sounds a little bit different, but here it is. Now, from what I can tell, that sounds completely different than what I heard it making in the last episode. I can still barely hear it. I honestly, you have to be right on it, and I'm pretty sure we have to freeze him, because otherwise, he's gonna move away too fast. Let's get close and see if we can hear it. Yeah, it sounds like a variation of it, of what we just heard. Now, apparently the sounds were made from two people screaming and the sounds of a bull, according to the wiki. I don't know how accurate that is, but it's probably... Do you see its neck? Did that change? Was that always like that? Was it always that alien-like? Oh, dude! Heh. Now, on the wiki, it's actually kind of strange. It says that the Ghost Leviathan will likely spawn in the void as a means to prevent players from going off the map. Now, we know that that's been in the works forever. Like, that's the talk. Given the concept art, doesn't say anywhere on here, at least that I can see, that it's going to be spawning in here. The information says it's aggressive, its bite does 60 damage, and the biome is null right now. It's just null. I guess it's not decided yet, and it does say it will likely spawn in the void. I hope it spawns in both. I hope it spawns out in the void and also here as well. I mean, generally they're discouraged because it is the void and we know for a fact that there's nothing out there, so why would we go? But I think the void should have a great deal of impressively scary and large sounds that just kind of echo about, and that would also discourage, like those horns that we were talking about in one of the first builds. Let's get those back, right? So, that is the Ghost Leviathan in its full form. I believe it's full size. All the animations are done. I think the sounds need to be turned up a lot so they echo around wherever it is. And, otherwise, I think this is the perfect specimen. My favorite Leviathan, by far. Besides the Sea Emperor. You have to feel for the Sea Emperor, but still, this is pretty impressive. And now, thanks to the power of editing, I will insert a clip of me trying to scan the Ghost Leviathan, because I realized that I didn't even try to do that. For some reason, I didn't. So again, thanks to the power of editing, you would never have noticed that I missed it. All right, I think we can, yeah, we can scan it. Oh, there we go. Infected? What? Really? Let me try that again. Oh, is it just, oh, okay, so there's no data download for it. It's strictly just telling me, hey, this guy's infected as hell. He actually is, too. Luckily, I spawned one that was super infected. But it does say Ghost Leviathan when I'm hovering over it, so obviously, it knows what I'm talking about. Anyway, we're gonna head on over to the Ghost Forest. the Precursor Cache inside. It's in a little sneaky place, but we'll find it. Alright, so here we are. The entrance to the Ghost Forest, as it's called. And see, look at that. Very reminiscent of the inside of the Ghost Leviathan, the Phantom. There was a long period of time I didn't even come up here and look at it, but it's a mighty impressive area. But now that we have a Precursor Cache here, it will actually encourage players to go up here, I guess, or explore a little bit more, or give this place a purpose, rather. I mean, it's nice and all, we have the little skull. I wonder if we can scan that now. Can we actually do that? Nope. Can't scan it, that's fine. We all know what it is anyway by scanning the giant skull. Alright, so the cache is over here, I believe. Over back here, there's a waterfall that leads up, I think? Somewhere. I'm kind of lost. This place is a mess. Yes, here we go. So there's a new waterfall. This used to be actually a cutout area that had some terrain from, like, the lava biome, but now it's been carved into something greater. I'm actually curious, what is up here? Probably nothing, but I want to see. Ah, this is a nice hiding spot. This is my little cubby. Anyway, so here it is. The waterfall that we passed through. Again, if you're in survival, it's gonna be a lot harder than you think, but... So here we are. Alright, so we have a nice little carved out area, a bunch of precursor stuff, as usual. You gotta have the stuff signifying that they're here. These are more lights than anything, right? Yeah, I think it's just to illuminate. But the green glow, man, doesn't that make them feel uncomfortable? Makes me feel uncomfortable. And here's another one of those big tree entities that I think is out in the main field. I don't know, but it looks very familiar. I don't know if that one was being saved for this or they decided to recycle it, but it looks awesome in here. Also makes me wonder how this was carved out. Was this carved out from the precursors or was this already here and they made use of it? I don't know. Seems very sneaky to be behind a waterfall and too much of a coincidence, but they likely carved it out, I think. Because we even have roots hanging from the ceiling here, so. This is the current state of it. I don't know what else they're gonna be adding. Possibly a teleporter? I have no idea. But we're obviously gonna get a PDA. Usually we get data downloads in places like this, or they're gonna have some kind of relic or something that we can scan, but it's pretty empty right now. It does have a lot of room. Could potentially be a teleporter. Whoops. Whoa. How on earth did that happen? I'm swimming now. Great. So yeah, pretty nice space. I'm curious what we're gonna get. We're getting a lot of different PDAs and stuff. There's even new PDAs supposedly about the rocket, or the end game, by the way, so I might make a video on that next, if you guys are interested enough. Oh, there we go. So, that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. If you're still enjoying the series, be sure to hit that like button. Let me know in the comment section below what you would like to see in the next one. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already to keep up to date with all my latest videos. I love you all, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye!